Right now, Wisconsin's Assembly Speaker with a scheduled court hearing today. What it has to do with the January 6th riots.
Also, Trump trial. What's in store for the family business as the criminal trial is about to get underway?
And we are tracking still some showers and rumbles of thunder this morning. A lot of it moving out. We're going to time out how long it sticks around.
Yeah, good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Linshine. Thanks for starting your week off with us. Bit of a muggy morning. Not a word you would usually use to describe the weather in October, Chris.
No, we've had our snowflakes and now we're back to the muggies.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing. You did. I think you had the best reaction.
What's going on?
That's how it is. That's October in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
There's never an in-between. It's a little bit of everything. And here's what we're looking at this morning. It is some showers and a few rumbles of thunder. So we'll call it showers and thunderstorms. Most of these rumbles of thunder have been fairly isolated. Right now, your biggest one is around Montello throughout parts of Marquette County. But we'll watch this line of some steadier rain that extends from Montello all the way down towards the northern side of Lafayette County. And that will continue to push east. Once that's out of here, we'll likely at that point pretty much be done. So we're going to keep a close eye on it. Temperatures across the Madison metro are all at 64. Everyone is at 64. Does not look like anyone else has a different temperature there. 64 at the airport, now seeing some raindrops as well. Winds are out of the south at 15 miles per hour. Janesville, you're also at the 64 party. Same for Platteville. Boscobel, Lone Rock, and Prairie du Chien are all at 67. As you look ahead, here's what I want you to expect. We'll turn off those rain showers after 8, and then it's just cloudy for the rest of the day. By noon, our temperatures will be in the 70s.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. At 6:01, happening today, a hearing for Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos as he fights a subpoena to testify before the House Committee on the January 6 riots. Vos filed a lawsuit last month after receiving the subpoena. The committee wants to learn more about a call that he received from former President Trump earlier this summer about efforts to decertify the election in Wisconsin. Today's hearing is mostly focused on proceedings after Vos agreed to withdraw a request for a restraining order, keeping him from testifying. That hearing is scheduled for 1 p.m.
A criminal trial against the Trump Organization is scheduled to begin today. The company is charged with an alleged tax fraud scheme that involved paying executives off the books. Trump's longtime CFO is expected to be the star witness. Alan Weisselberg pleaded guilty to 15 related felony counts in August, those pleas in his testimony, in return for a lighter sentence. As for Trump himself, his involvement with the trial is still unknown.
Is not personally charged. I don't expect that that's going to change, although it obviously could.
The criminal trial is separate from the New York Attorney General's civil lawsuit. She's suing the former president, his company, and his 3 oldest children for allegedly misrepresenting assets to get favorable loan rates and tax benefits.
To campaign 2022, people looking to vote early can start to do so tomorrow. That's when in-person absentee voting starts in Madison. Voters will need to bring a form of ID in order to vote with an in-person absentee ballot. Any voters who need to register for the first time or update their registration information, you're also going to need a proof of residence document. It's a good time to freshen up on all things election related this morning. You can find our voter information guide, really helpful tool right here on channel3000.com.
Former 2020 presidential candidate and current U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg will stop by Madison later this week. Friday, he'll be campaigning with Mandela Barnes. The pair will be joined by Senator Tammy Baldwin and Congressman Mark Pocan as they come together to encourage voters to get out to the polls. Buttigieg is also expected to hold an event touting efforts from state Democrats on LGBTQ issues. 2 suspects charged in a deadly shooting from the spring will return to court today for a scheduling conference. Eamon Galtney and Damani Cummins are charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the killing of Dwayne Lee Collins Jr. Collins was shot multiple times as he left the Dane County Jail in March. In May, Galtney and Cummins entered not guilty pleas.
An investigation continues this morning after a fire damaged 3 businesses in downtown Brodhead Sunday. It happened around 3:30 in the afternoon. You're taking a look at photos from our viewers here. You can see flames visible from one of these businesses. The company hit appears to be a tattoo and piercing shop with residents living above. Luckily, they were able to get out on their own. Nobody was hurt here. The other businesses were empty at the time. 8 fire departments from Wisconsin, 2 more from Illinois had to respond to the scene. Crews finally clearing the area after 8 p.m., more than 5 hours later. The cause is still unknown. Now, that fire might impact your drive this morning. Some roads still closed at this hour. Take a look. If you're headed eastbound on Highway 11, you're going to have to exit at 23rd Street, then head east to County T. Go northbound until you're back to Highway 11. That's the detour here. We have it posted on channel3000.com as well. Brodhead's police chief says that Highway 11 area will stay closed until later today.
To the latest in the Ukraine now. The U.S., Britain, and France all releasing a joint statement rejecting Russia's claims that Ukraine is planning to use a dirty bomb on its own people. In a televised address last night, Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky also pushed back, saying, quote, if Russia calls and says that Ukraine is allegedly preparing something, it means only one thing, that Russia has already prepared all of it. Zelensky also said power has to be restored to parts of his country after Russia unleashed more strikes on Ukraine's energy facilities over the weekend.
Strikes have a clear goal: to make the Ukrainian people suffer.
The country's implemented rolling blackouts to conserve energy after those strikes. Today marks 9 months since the fighting began in Ukraine.
All right, some good news now. When it comes to Wisconsin's economy, the state's unemployment rate below the national average. According to White House data released Friday, Wisconsin's rate is at 3.2%. Compare that to the national average at 3.5%. In an interview with our partners in La Crosse, one of President Biden's economic advisors says Wisconsin's economy is particularly strong.
Wisconsin is a good example of that, where we have an unemployment rate of close to 3% in the state. A lot of people work. That means they're drawing paychecks, and it also is good news for deficit reduction. So we're glad to see that.
That right there is White House Economic Director Jared Bernstein. He also touted the president's work to decrease the deficit by $1.4 trillion. 6:06 now, a live look at a pretty dark Memorial Union, possibly your last look of the season at those iconic sunburst chairs. They're still sitting out this morning, but you can see they're lined up. They're not around tables anymore. We're hoping you took in that perfect weekend to cap off autumn on the terrace, because it's closing for the year today with the cleanup of 2,000 green, yellow, and orange sunburst chairs. They'll go into storage for the winter. Terrace Watch will start back up in the spring. That's when we update you daily on when they put the terrace chairs out. They wait until the weather is nice and warm, sometime in April or May. Volunteers, by the way, start picking up around 8 this morning.
It might be the best thing for us. That's exactly what Aaron Rodgers said after the Packers lost their 3rd in a row. That hasn't happened since 2018. Week 7's matchup in Washington started off on the right foot for the Pack. First drive, Packers threatening. Aaron Rodgers, a little dump pass here to Aaron Jones, who finds his way into the end zone. Pack up 7-0. Second quarter now, Commanders with the ball at midfield. Devondre Campbell going to pick this one off and take it all the way in for the score. That's his first career touchdown. 14-3 Packers at that point. Heineke's confidence, though, not shaken. Commanders score 20 unanswered points. And a final play here for the Packers to try to win it as the clock winds down. This kind of sums up the Packers season so far. Just confusion and utter chaos, right? Aaron Rodgers with the ball here. Throws it forward, which you can't do.
Oh, geez.
Ball hits the ground. Time runs out. And that would do it. You see Rodgers here on the turf at the end of the game. Rodgers was asked post-game if the team can right the ship and if the playoffs even seem plausible at this point.
Right, it does. I'm not worried about this squad. In fact, this might be the best thing for us this week. You know, nobody's going to give us a chance. Going to Buffalo and Sunday Night Football, the chance to get exposed. Shoot, might be the best thing for us.
What's he supposed to say, right?
That look at Rodgers on the turf is me after every Badger game this season.
Yeah.
Wisconsin sportsman.
Yeah, it's been rough. The Packers now sit at 3-4 on the year and take on those first-place Buffalo Bills next week in prime time.
We're going to hold on to hope, aren't we?
I don't know. A lot of people have let go.
Ooh, all right, 6:09 now. Coming up, Consumer Reports, keeping your car smelling clean. Heading into the winter months, they have some advice for you coming up.
And what's new this year for Madison Magazine's Halloween costume contest.
Did you know Tim Michaels encourages violence from his supporters?
People should just be ready to get out in the streets with pitchforks and torches.
He's extremely divisive.
I don't care who I offend.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Sometimes life can get pretty busy in an active household. So that's why Menards makes things just a little bit easier for you. Start a door design and choose a style that's right for you and everything else you look for in a quality door. Mastercraft offers fast, free delivery on personalized doors to any Menards store. Use our door designer on Menards.com to get your door your way. Mastercraft Doors, 11% off at Menards.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare. It matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. Halloween, just 1 week away, and we have a fun way to celebrate in the 608.
Josh Sprider, always bringing the fun. He is here to tell us about Madison Magazine's big Halloween costume contest coming up. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning to the both of you. So most folks love celebrating spooky season by getting dressed up, of course. Some are more creative than others. Madison Magazine, once again, ready for the occasion. Our partners are hosting a Halloween photo contest. Here are a few examples here. New this year, you can actually enter your pictures for a chance to win a spooktacular gift card to a local restaurant. It's been so successful, they wanted to make it even bigger. Madison Magazine editor Andy Bailey says it's really about just having some fun with it.
It's kind of self-serving. We kind of just like to see everyone's Halloween costumes, but it's also a fun way. It turns into a page that people can go to and see everyone's Halloween costumes. So it's a very fun page just to see all of the creativity that people come up with, from, you know, dressing up their pets to their families to individual costumes. So it's just fun to browse through it.
Yeah, that creativity is pretty cool. So here are the details. Madison Magazine asking you to enter your photos from this Friday, October 28th to November 1st. So a long weekend to make it happen. Both people and pet costumes are eligible. First place is going to win a $100 gift card to Salvatore's Tomato Pies, with second place getting $75 and third place getting $50 to the restaurant. So this is a great way to support local here. You can find more details up on channel3000.com. But pretty cool here, guys. I'm really excited to see all those photos. It turns into a nice page, Madison Magazine, so we'll be able to see like who really went all out this year. And some people, it's insane. I think they think from like November 1st of last year up until this year to have that best costume.
That's your family. You guys take this really seriously.
Yeah, the planning starts like in the summer. And
it's gorgeous. You guys do such a nice job.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to this year, too. I got to figure out what we're going to be on our quick change costume contest that we're going to do next Monday.
You keep it under lock and key. I can never get it out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Give it away? What am I going to ask you? What should I do?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
The amount of times that you've asked us, I'm like, no, I'm not telling you. Like, even though I literally have no idea what I'm going to do. But
neither do I.
We thought about doing the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus 2 because we've got the three girls.
That's cute.
And they're getting older now, so we didn't. The girls wouldn't buy into that, although they've seen the new movie. Have you watched the new Hocus Pocus 2?
Yes, I love Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen the original Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, but years ago.
Long time ago, yeah. I think the original's still better, but Hocus Pocus 2, I was impressed.
Okay, I need people to send me an email, like a pregnant idea. Like a cute pregnant idea. I think there are ideas out there. I just am not creative.
I have a couple of ideas, but I don't want to offend anybody.
All right, wish we could talk about this more. We're going to wrap. Our producer's going to kill us. We're eating up a bunch of time. Hey, thank you, Josh. Hey, don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can email him for a chance to be featured.
He doesn't want to offend anybody with ideas.
You love cows, so we can make you a cow.
Did you hear me when I said our producer is going to kill us? We're eating up all this time.
I can hear him in our ear. He's mad. Okay, 6:15. Over to Chris Reese with your first warn weather. Never offending us with that weather, Chris.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we do have some rain chances around as you step out the door this morning. Most of this rain is moving out of the area this morning, but nonetheless, I'm still tracking this line from areas just north of Montello all the way down to right around Cuba City. We're still seeing some of those showers out there. A couple rumbles of thunder, but most of it is just shower activity. Montello, a little bit of a steadier shower starting to move through. We've got one just north of Portage on the interstate as well. Sumter and Prairie du Sac, here comes a little bit more of some steady rain that's going to move through. This is right along Highway 12 if you're driving up towards Baraboo or down towards Prairie du Sac. And then just north of Cuba City, we've got one that'll move right along 151. So Dodgeville, you might still get another shower before all is said and done. The Beltline getting a little sprinkle passing through right now. The Mount Horeb and Cross Plains, you have another shower that is preparing to move through. You see the raindrops on our Edgewater sky camera. It's 64 at the airport. Those raindrops being reported. Winds are out of the south at 15 miles per hour. Juneau's at 61. Same for our friends in Wautoma. It is 60 in the Dells. Mineral Point also at 61. Viroqua's at 63, at 64 in Janesville this morning as you're headed out the door. The Madison Metro, once again, every single one of you is at 64. That's the blanket temperature as you begin to head out the door. And here's how the rest of today plays out. You see that little line early on that fizzles out. Once that does so, we're going to be quiet for your lunchtime hours. Winds are out of the south. You might see a few holes in the clouds, and temperatures will be into the 70s. Now we push forward throughout the rest of your evening. This is 6 o'clock. We're still right around 71. Notice it's 58 in Decorah, Iowa, but 70 in Boscobel. This is the cold front, and it's right on top of us. It'll continue to push eastward. By 10 o'clock, more rain showers begin to join the picture. They stay steady with us overnight as temperatures fall, and they fall quickly. Tomorrow morning, you're waking up with temperatures at 55. This is your high temperature tomorrow. I want to let that settle in. Your high temperatures in the morning, it'll be breezy, and then temperatures will continue to fall throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. Most of your shower activity by the afternoon is really focused from Madison and farther to the east. Sunshine by Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, a little bit cloudy. You can't rule out a small chance for some showers on Friday. The weekend, though, looking nice. Same for Halloween.
Now, remind me, what's our average for this time of year?
56.
Okay. All right. In line. Chris Reese, thank you very much. 6:18, if there is a funky smell in your car, especially when the air conditioner or the heater is on, you got a problem. Consumer Reports wants to help, though. They have some advice to defunkify. Does the air coming out of your vents now smell a little off? Unless you left your teenager's sports uniform in the car, Consumer Reports says you probably don't have to sniff around to find the culprit.
What you're probably smelling is condensation from the evaporator inside your heating and cooling system. Basically, water collects in that area and if it sits for long enough, it creates that musty smell.
Most of the water is meant to exit your car through the evaporator drain under the vehicle. You've probably seen a small puddle of water under your car, but sometimes that water collects in the evaporator, and if it sits in there for a while, bacteria and mold can form, causing that smell. Here's the good news. The solution likely won't require a trip to the mechanic. This is an easy fix you can do yourself. First, turn the fan to the low setting and open up the windows. Get a disinfectant like Lysol or an AC disinfectant from the auto parts store. Spray it into the climate system's air intake, also known as the plenum.
The plenum can be found at the base of your windshield where the wipers are located. This is where the air comes from that goes into your heating and cooling system.
With the engine on and interior fan running, spray plenty of cleaner on both sides of the plenum intake vent, and the fan will pull it into the system where it will kill the bacteria and help get rid of that musty odor. Keep the windows open to help air move out of the car. If you have a cabin filter, remove that before you spray the disinfectant to help it move through the system. It might be a good time to change it too, because a dirty filter can prevent optimal airflow, and changing it yourself can save you money and time. I didn't say that word correctly, did I?
Optimal.
It's Monday.
We got a little bit of a British accent there.
What can I say?
Optimal.
6:20. Coming up in our next half hour, lots of local news still ahead, including information on an officer-involved shooting out of Oregon over the weekend.
Stay with us. We'll be back.
Closed captioning sponsored by Community Shares of Wisconsin's Workplace Giving Campaign.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
He made $57 million from a family business whose growth was directly linked to China. His dad worked the third shift in an auto plant. Johnson pushed tax breaks benefiting himself and his millionaire donors. Barnes will cut taxes for the middle class. Johnson would let states ban nearly all abortions. Barnes will protect our rights. Ron Johnson's extreme and out for himself. Mandela Barnes works for us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet and mobile provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits, advanced Wi-Fi, and Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999. Spectrum Internet delivers speeds up to a gig with over 99.9% network reliability. Advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security and privacy that automatically blocks threats to protect all of your devices. And Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G and the most reliable service coast to coast. Switch now. Call 833-673-4999. At Spectrum, it's not just about connecting things, it's about connecting you. Get it all with Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Democrats defunded and dispirited our police, creating the worst crime wave in decades. Biden spent us into 40-year high inflation, drove gas prices to record levels, and opened our borders, causing a flood of illegal immigrants and deadly drugs. Mandela Barnes supports all the policies causing you and your family so much pain. He will rubber stamp their liberal agenda. Mandela Barnes sides with radical leftists, not with you.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
It's 6:23 on your Monday. Chris Reese joins us this morning with some personal news.
That's right. To those of you who watch us every day, you're a part of the family here at News 3 Now this morning. And as members of the family, you get looped into the conversation about what's happening. Sometimes those conversations are fun and exciting, and other times they're a little bit more difficult. This is one of those conversations. You've heard me say many times that we're your first warn weather team and that there are no surprises when you watch with us. That's our brand, and I stand by that. So in an effort to prevent you from being surprised down the road, I want to take time now to give you the first warn and let you know that I will be leaving my position as meteorologist here at News 3. My last day on air will be November 23rd, so we have a month left together. I've always loved your comments and emails, especially recently, asking me to stay in Madison or hoping that I never leave. I wish I could bring all of you with me, but the reality is this. My life is changing, and it has needs that require me to leave the Madison area. On top of that, an opportunity of a lifetime landed on my lap that made my childhood hopes and dreams soon to be reality. Most importantly, I'm a person who relies heavily on faith and guidance from God. I felt this call over a year ago, and I fought it. I really did. But I knew in the end that he was calling me higher and deeper and that I needed to go where he was leading. While I can't yet reveal where I'm headed, stay tuned to my social media on that for an announcement in the next couple of days. But until then, we do have 30 days left together, so let's make the most of it and, in the spirit and motto of Wisconsin, continue forward.
Big loss for our show. You always put a smile on our face bright and early in the morning. That's hard to do sometimes.
Well, thank you. It's been a lot of fun. It's been 4.5 years here in Madison. I thought I was going to be here for like 2 years and go at that point. And someone even said, oh, just go to Madison for a couple of years. You'll like it and then go on. But then there was a period where I thought, I'm going to be in Madison forever. I love it. This is awesome. And it has been awesome. There are no doubts about that. It is. But I knew a year ago that it was time, and I kind of spent a year fighting that. And then finally I had to come to terms with what I truly believe, and I knew God was calling me elsewhere, so I had to follow his lead.
You know, Chris, you got here 2 weeks before I did in early 2018.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun on the weekend morning show. It was the Bro Show.
Yeah, so I'm going to say we called it the Bro Show.
And then we got to bring that personality to the weekday show, and it's been a pleasure working with you, buddy.
It has been a lot of fun.
All right, let's make the most out of the last month.
Absolutely. That's the plan, guys.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Life gets bigger when you break from the herd. The Volkswagen Tiguan. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the versatile 2022 Tiguan. Limited inventory available.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. Boom.
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no money down and no interest until 2024.
50% off ends Halloween. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
So I just started this new trapeze class, and
whoa,
The new iPhone is here.
I know, right? The ultimate iPhone. US Cellular paid for mine, and I was already a customer.
The new iPhone is here.
Right, and you'd be smart to get it at US Cellular. They have price protection, so you know your rate won't go up.
Now, new and current customers can get any new iPhone 14 Pro or iPhone 14 Pro Max on us.
Okay, I'll just wait here and watch your donut.
At US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know it needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
It's a lovely day to...
Cars built with safety in mind, even for those guys.
Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2023 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
Right now, a fatal shooting. What we know about the man shot dead by a deputy.
A missing Midwest family found in Wisconsin. What was said in the 911 call that sparked a days-long search for them?
And I continue to track some showers over parts of Wisconsin this morning. We'll time out how long they stick around.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Thanks for waking up with us. We hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Check it out. Last day for the terrace chairs.
Is that not sad? You can see kind of over Chris's shoulder here. Some of them are already stacked up. Yeah, we're saying goodbye to the terrace chairs this morning. The sunbursts, those iconic chairs, are going into hiding for the winter.
This is a live look down at the terrace this morning. Photojournalist Mark Schilling providing us with this shot this morning. You see the rain out there. We still have some showers pushing through the Dane County area, don't we, Chris?
Yeah, and I was going to say, that is not okay. Don't stack them yet. Let us enjoy the last day.
Well, at least we had a gorgeous weekend.
I know, this is true.
Still, though, there are decent days in the forecast. It's not too bad out there.
I know. So as we look at the extended forecast a little bit later in the show, I mean, you'll see it. This day is a little bit more cloudy and gloomy, but nonetheless, we'll get some periods for you to get out to the terrace. We're seeing some rain out there this morning, but by midday, we're at 69. Early afternoon, temperatures will be into the low 70s. It's cloudy, but it's dry. So if you want to get out and enjoy those sunburst chairs for one more day, take advantage of that. But one thing I will tell you is don't take the sunglasses. You really don't need much of a jacket or coat today either, but you do want the umbrella early on as you are headed out the door. It's raining in Madison right now. The temperature is 64, winds are out of the south at 15 miles per hour. We will turn off that rain by the time you finish up your morning commute. 72 is where we'll top out this afternoon, but those clouds, again, stick around because more rain will move in overnight tonight. So here's what I've been tracking this morning. It's been this line of showers and thunderstorms in particular, and most of it has just been shower activity, but you have had a few rumbles of thunder at times. Now we're seeing some rain that just moved through the west side of Madison. It's raining in Wanakee, back all the way towards Arena, Black Earth, and Mazomania. You're seeing the rain too. Portage, Partyville, down through Lake Wisconsin and Prairie du Sac, we're seeing a steadier shower roll on through. And then Dodgeville, Mineral Point, you've got another steady shower that'll continue to roll on through. We'll track this all morning long, but so far, nothing is severe. And it is my expectation that we will see nothing severe as we go throughout today.
Okay, Chris Reese, thanks for that first warn. We appreciate it. To our top story this morning, we are continuing to ask law enforcement for information out of Oregon after a man was shot and killed by a Dane County Sheriff's deputy.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office says that man was wanted for a weapons violation. A lot is still unknown at this time, but we do know that he was found by a deputy shortly after 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon on Eagle Drive, just south of Jefferson Street. That deputy fired their weapon, killing the man. Multiple neighbors tell News 3 Now that they heard between 3 and 4 gunshots. As we continue to learn more about this shooting, we will push it out through our mobile app. If you don't have it yet, search Channel 3000 wherever you get your apps. Now to another big story out of Oregon this morning. A GoFundMe page is opened up for the family that lost their home in an explosion Friday morning.
Take a look at some of these pictures, this video, just devastation in that community. Oregon firefighters say 3 buildings total were damaged. One of them, a total loss. You can see it here following the explosion. This all happened around 8:30 Friday morning on Oregon Parks Avenue. Alliant Energy workers were working closely with fire crews to shut down gas lines and avoid any further issues. Officials say there is no foul play suspected here. However, in their findings, they found the fire started in a high place away from the ground.
In Lafayette County this morning, the Division of Criminal Investigation is looking into a man killed in a cross-county chase. Authorities say Saturday night's pursuit all stems from an incident in Dubuque, Iowa. The chase started in Grant County. A Lafayette County Sheriff's deputy joined the chase, laying spike strips to try and stop the suspect. However, that suspect allegedly drove straight toward the deputy, during which the deputy fired their weapon. Officials aren't sure if the suspect was hit at that point by a bullet or not, but they continued driving before later crashing in Greene County. The suspect then got out of the car, ran off. Officers found him later by State Highway 11 near Browntown, suffering from a gunshot wound. Officials tried to revive the man, but he died at the scene.
Authorities say a Michigan family of 4 is safe after going missing for about a week. Fremont, Wisconsin police posting on Facebook yesterday the Gergliano family was found safe and sound in Wisconsin. A family member said Anthony and Suzette and their 2 autistic sons, Brandon and Noah, had unexpectedly left their home last week. This after Anthony Gergliano made a 911 call saying, quote, "People want to erase me from the face of the earth." Fremont police are not releasing any more details about the family right now.
Despite a court-ordered temporary hold, the Biden administration is encouraging people eligible for student loan debt relief to keep applying online. The administration was expected to start granting those loan discharges as early as yesterday, but the federal appeals court had put a hold on the program. This move is being argued now in and out of courtrooms. An economics professor at USC says most students will support the program, but has asked the government to consider other perspectives.
Relative to defense spending and the overall government budget, the annual cost is not huge. But it's going to be a burden on current taxpayers.
Education Secretary Miguel Cardona says 22 million people have already provided the necessary information needed to review eligibility for student debt relief. Since the start of the pandemic, staffing at police departments across the country has been on the decline.
Now, big cities are scrambling to recruit officers. Police departments across the country facing those severe shortages. A nationwide survey finds an 18% increase in police resignations, the retirement rate jumping 45%. In Minneapolis, they're short 300 officers, so City Council is approving a $7,000 loyalty check for anybody who stays on the force. In Florida, a program to boost police recruitment offers a $5,000 signing bonus for officers who move from out of state.
The best recruiting tool that you can have is word of mouth. You can go and rescue a family from an abusive husband. You can go and save someone from the trenches of drug addiction, and you can do that each and every day.
Here in Wisconsin, 2022 marked the lowest statewide total of police officers we've seen since 2008.
Despite a nationwide effort to stop opioid abuse, overdose deaths continue to rise, with more than 100,000 every year. The CDC says 107,000 Americans died of overdoses in 2021. That's up 15% from the year before. 2/3 of those deaths are linked to fentanyl and similar synthetic opioids. Now, more communities are trying a new approach, making Narcan available in public places, like a free vending machine, as well as getting more social workers.
Offering that is definitely a plus. It's a very simple tool, I think, to assist on the streets, on the ground level. There's just not enough to go around to really serve the population. It's been underfunded, underpaid.
You can learn how to use Narcan to stop an overdose for free. There is an instructional video on how to do so on the CDC's website. 6:37 on your Monday. It's a wet start to the work week. We have some showers moving through Dane County right now that Chris Reese will keep on tracking when we come back.
Josh Breider in the 608 teaming up with Madison Magazine to see who has the best Halloween costume this season, how you can take part.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Fresh ground chuck, only $2.49 a pound. Simply Done bath tissue or paper towels, only $2.99. And Jack's Pizza, only $1.88. Scan the code, get deals, only at Hy-Vee.
He made $57 million from a family business whose growth was directly linked to China. His dad worked the third shift in an auto plant. Johnson pushed tax breaks benefiting himself and his millionaire donors. Barnes will cut taxes for the middle class. Johnson would let states ban nearly all abortions. Barnes will protect our rights. Ron Johnson's extreme and out for himself. Mandela Barnes works for us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
The garage door is America's new front door. So why not look at it in a whole new way? Let Precision's experienced designers come to you. Let us show you the difference a new Precision garage door can make.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Milk with your cereal with Fairlife. It's more like cereal with your ultra-filtered milk with a creamy taste plus 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. Turn nutrition into nutrition. Fairlife ultra-filtered milk.
They say you eat with your eyes first, so here's a good look at our new thick and fluffy French toast. Artisan challah dipped in vanilla cinnamon batter. French toast the way it's meant to be. Try all 3 flavors, only at IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every purchase.
Jurassic Quest is back and bigger than ever. Celebrate Halloween weekend at Jurassic Quest. Come dressed in your favorite costume for a chance to win a prize. And join us for Trick or Treat. This weekend only in Madison. Buy tickets in advance for best selection at JurassicQuest.com.
Democrats defunded and dispirited our police, creating the worst crime wave in decades. Biden spent us into 40-year high inflation, drove gas prices to record levels, and opened our borders, causing a flood of illegal immigrants and deadly drugs. Mandela Barnes supports all the policies causing you and your family so much pain. He will rubber stamp their liberal agenda. Mandela Barnes sides with radical leftists, not with you.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Fritos or Cheetos, only $1.88. 6 packs of 7-Up products, only $1.48. And 5 pounds of Hy-Vee one-step potatoes, only 88 cents. Scan the code, get deals, only at Hy-Vee.
A new house with superpowers.
It looks normal. It just uses less energy, and we'll save money down the road.
Susan Simon shows you a first-of-its-kind home construction in our area. Find out what makes it special for the homeowners and our environment. Tonight at 10.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help in providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
We're grateful for any gift you can provide. Donate today at goodmancenter.org. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
And the 6:08, we are talking about Halloween, which is just about a week. It's a week from today. What am I saying?
Whoa.
And we've got a fun way to celebrate.
In the 6:08, Josh Brighter here and surprised that we're only a week away.
I know, it's sneaking up on us.
Heck.
Spooky season, it's creeping on up.
Doesn't feel like it.
I know, it doesn't. It feels like summer outside. I was on the jet skis.
I was just going to say, your nose is just a hair red.
Yes.
I know you use sunscreen,
oh my
but
goodness.
You've been out.
Okay, Mom. Yeah, no, we were on the jet skis this weekend, and now we're talking about Halloween. So, welcome to Wisconsin, right? Hey, so we're talking about Halloween, and we're talking about our friends over at Madison Magazine because they are excited to be hosting a Halloween photo contest again this year. They started this in 2020 when the pandemic began because, of course, we couldn't go out trick-or-treating, but it took off so much. They're keeping it going.
Every time we kind of ask for photos, especially with this one, I am so surprised by how many people submit their photos. I'm excited to see how many entries we get this year.
Madison Magazine editor Andy Baling says they're bringing in something new this year in tying in a local business because that's what we're all about, is supporting local here in the 608. This week, you can enter your pictures for a chance to win a spooktacular gift card to Salvatore's Tomato Pies. Both people and pet costumes are eligible. You can see those cuties right there. We had a debate of what exactly they are.
They're chickens, you guys.
They're chickens.
Those are not turkeys. You guys are turkeys.
You're a turkey.
You're a turkey.
Okay, moving on. So here are the details. Madison Magazine is asking you to enter your photos from October 28th to November 1st. First place wins a $100 gift card, with second place getting $75 and third place getting $50 to the restaurant. So there's some money in play here. So then again, this is a great way to support local. You can find all of these details and more up on channel3000.com. Madison Magazine will be making this a page, so this will be really fun to see all the creativity out there. And I mean, people, you saw the dogs right there. That was actually one of our graphic designers on the other side of the building.
Really?
Her pups, yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of cool to be able to see. Again, it doesn't take a lot of work, but it's a way to make everyone smile, right?
Okay, so I think that we should contribute. We should send in our photos because we're having a costume contest next Monday. And if we do well enough, you never know.
I feel like we're playing this up so much, I'm getting nervous because there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. We are going to kill it. We're going to crush it, you guys.
Oh, we're going to crush something.
Step it, step it. One year, do you remember that year we were anchors?
Yep, we literally had an anchor.
That was kind of lame.
Attached to our neck.
That was lame.
Don't get your hopes up, folks.
Come on, I have faith in us. We're here to entertain.
Bar low,
yes, yeah, set it low.
Set the bar low.
Then we'll surprise folks.
Then you'll exceed expectations.
Yes, thank you, Stanford. Thank you.
It's my motto for life is just don't set high expectations.
We are different people.
I will let you down every time.
God love these boys. I'm dressing them up as turkeys. That's it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Josh Breiter, thank you very much. Just to hear that.
Hey, don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can find him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. You know, Wisconsinites love nothing more than beer and maybe helping out their neighbors,
Better believe it. Yeah, State Line Distillery combined the two for Burr Oaktoberfest. Our Andrew Banstra has that story.
It's no secret, Wisconsinites love Oktoberfest, but it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, when you combine those two, that's where the magic starts.
This is the second year in a row we partnered with Burr Oak to throw the Burr Oaktoberfest, and it's a fundraiser for Breast Cancer Recovery, Inc. out in Fitchburg, a wonderful local charity.
Drinking beer, playing games, and holding meat raffles during commercial breaks of the Packers game. Because Wisconsin.
We're hoping to raise somewhere north of $1,000 for Breast Cancer Recovery, Inc. today.
State Line Distillery only sources local products. They're trying to build up their community by bringing people together.
We wanted to work with a charity, but we wanted to make sure it was something that was, first of all, very local, hyper-local, so people of Dane County are benefiting from it.
State Line partnered with Breast Cancer Recovery, Inc. because of their multi-layered approach to recovery. They don't just focus on the physical side, but the mental side, too.
And what Breast Cancer Recovery, Inc. does is offer those group therapy sessions, those wellness clinics, all sorts of support so that people who are going through the physical side are also getting uplifted on the mental and emotional side.
This local business shows what Madison is all about, loving your neighbors and working with those neighbors to be the change, to make a change.
Everything we do starts with community. So we're working with local farmers directly sourcing our grains. We're selling only within the state lines of Wisconsin to local customers. As a person who's born and raised in Wisconsin working for a hyper-local company, there's few things that matter more than supporting the people that are your neighbors.
In Madison, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
All right, 6:45 now. Chris Reese here with your first warn weather. A look at radar and some rain moving across the area there, Chris.
It is still raining in the 608 this morning. Something to do a little rain dance for, I guess. But I will say we are still tracking some of that rain. Most of it is light. It's not severe, but nonetheless, yeah, a couple of raindrops for some of you. We are seeing one rumble of thunder. That's going to be just northeast of Prairie du Sac, right there kind of on that Sauk County, Dane County line. Also seeing some showers around Montello this morning. These are a little heavier, but still it's only light to moderate rainfall that's moving through. Nothing too heavy. Buffalo getting some rain as well. Then you move south, just north of Lake Wisconsin through Prairie du Sac, over towards Mazo-Maney and Arena. We've had a heavier shower move through. Another lightning strike showing up. That's just southwest of Sumter there. Dodge Hill, you've got a steady shower moving through, and then Cuba City towards Dubuque. There's a shower that's moving up 151 there. After that, we'll really start to dry things out, and that'll be what we see for the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. So that axis that I just showed you, that's where any rain will really be. Otherwise, everything else will continue to clear out. 64 at the airport right now. Winds are out of the south at 15 miles per hour. The latest update did show raindrops, but by the time we get a new update, I expect the airport to be reporting dry conditions. 64 for Janesville. Mineral Point at 61. 67 for Lone Rock Basketball and Prairie du Chien. Camp Douglas. We're at 65 this morning, 63 in Watertown. Now, the Madison Metro, everyone was at 64 for the longest, but finally we have some variation. So we've had a couple communities drop to 63. That would include Sun Prairie, Wanakee, Middleton, and Verona. Mount Horeb is also at 63. Everyone else, you're at 64 headed out the door. So I want to show you this. This is the rest of the morning. You see those showers along that axis move northward and then clear out? Then we're dealing with cloud cover. That cloud cover hangs out with us really for the rest of your afternoon. If we're lucky, which we could be, if you're lucky, you might get a little ray of sunshine or two. That'll be a nice taste for your Monday. By the time we get towards the evening, those clouds begin to thicken up again. Check this out. Here's a cold front, and it's a big one. 70 in Boscobel, 58 in Decorah. Yep, that colder air is ushered in by the rain, and we're going to see a decent amount of rain move through, especially during our overnight hours and early Tuesday. This is 6 o'clock in the morning Tuesday. Hey, Chris, 55 to start out on a Tuesday? Not bad. All right, cool. But that's the high. And it cools down the rest of the day. That's exactly what we're going to be dealing with. By the time we get towards the afternoon and evening, there's still some rain across Wisconsin. That's going to be from about the Dane County line further east is where you will see that. But then eventually we'll all clear out by Wednesday. 55 for Tuesday and Wednesday, 57 as we start to move towards your Friday and Saturday. A shower chance at night on Sunday, and then a slight shower chance for Halloween. But most of your Halloween does look to be okay. Then another rain chance late on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay, Chris Reese, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. 6:49 coming up in the morning sprint, a controversial figure coming to the UW campus that could spark protests downtown. We'll tell you who.
First, if you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us their picture so we can help you celebrate. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Looking at mattresses?
I'm just looking.
Jump on it, roll on it.
No.
Just pretend I'm not here. You have any questions?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable.
She seemed nice.
That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Slumberland. Mattress shopping reinvented.
When I heard from my doctor, it was my worst nightmare. My baby's diagnosis was dismal, a severe abnormality, and my husband and I decided to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Tim Michaels thinks that decision should have been his, not ours. He wants to criminalize abortion. And if he's elected, women will lose the freedom to decide what's best for them. Tim Michaels is just way too radical for Wisconsin.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
When I had stubborn fat, I always felt self-conscious. I couldn't wear the clothes I wanted to wear, and it was so frustrating.
I worked so hard. By working out, by dieting, that stubborn fat was just not going anywhere.
I had this vision of how I wanted to look. I didn't feel like myself, so I did what I needed to do. I called Sono Bello. Sono Bello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist because it works.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently.
Sono Bello removed this big pooch right here. I have curves. I have exactly the body I've always wanted.
I got myself back, my shape back, but most of all, my confidence back.
I lost 4 inches off my waist. Going to Sono Bello has completely changed my life. Just look at me.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-510-6198 or go to sonobello.com.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Right now at Slumberland Furniture, you'll get 30% off all living room furniture. Yep, sofas, sectionals, tables, recliners, and more. All 30% off. Plus 30% off select mattresses and 20% off everything else. On now at Slumberland Furniture.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We're taking you out live to the Union Terrace this morning. That's where those iconic sunburst chairs are seeing their final sunrise of the year over the next 10 minutes or so. Take a look, folks. They're headed into storage this morning starting at 8 a.m. This is your last live look at them before they're put away for the season. Volunteers will be stacking nearly 2,000 yellow, orange, and green sunbursts. They'll be back sometime in the spring once the warm weather hits.
Darrell Brooks expected to rest his case today in Waukesha County Court. That means jury deliberation could start this week. Friday, blow up over evidence and arguing with the judge almost cost Brooks his chance to call more witnesses. The jury is set to hear instructions starting tomorrow. Tuesday's remaining time could be spent on closing arguments, which the judge has set a start date of Wednesday for.
An investigation continues this morning after a fire damaged 3 businesses in downtown Brodhead. Take a look at this picture. Nearly a dozen fire departments responded. It was originally reported at an address for a tattoo and piercing shop, but that smoke coming from the upper level where residents were living. Everybody did get out okay. No one hurt here. The cause still isn't clear.
Former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's pulled out of the race for his old job. Johnson had claimed to have the support of 100 members of Parliament, enough to appear on the ballot. But Johnson decided it would not be the right thing to do because it might deeply divide the party. The former prime minister has yet to face a formal investigation of the scandal involving Downing Street parties during the pandemic lockdown. Meanwhile, Britain's former finance minister, Rishi Sunak, has officially entered the race to lead the Conservative Party. It's his second attempt at the position this year.
Starting next year, your retirement savings plans could get a boost. The IRS says it's going to raise the amount of money workers will be allowed to put into their 401ks by $2,000. This is primarily due to inflation. The IRS also upping the limit for IRA contributions by $500. The MLB World Series officially set this morning. The Philadelphia Phillies will take on the Houston Astros in a 7-game series. The Phillies were able to beat the Padres in 5 while the Astros swept the Yankees to get here. This is Houston's 4th World Series since 2017, the 2nd visit in a row. For the Phillies, this is their first fall classic in 13 years. All the games will be on Fox.
A controversial figure going to be talking on the UW campus today. It could spark some protests like the ones you see here. This is video of Nashville from this past weekend where conservative commentator Matt Walsh made comments about doctors in the city providing transgender care. He is scheduled to be at UW Madison today for part of his What is a Woman tour with the Young American Foundation.
Fresh off sweeping Michigan State, Badger volleyball now prepping for a rematch of the 2021 national championship game against Nebraska. First, though, to that win yesterday, facing the Wolverines for the 2nd time in a week. They headed to Michigan with 7 straight wins under their belts. Devin Robinson racking up 17 kills, plus that 1-2 punch of Daniel Hart and Caroline Crawford helping Wisconsin win the next 3 sets. The matchup against Nebraska, it's going to be a big one. It's set for Wednesday night.
64 degrees in Madison right now. Janesville, you're at 63. 68 in Prairie du Chien. Temperatures are generally in the 60s for all of us. And we're going to warm things up into the low 70s for your highs this afternoon. We have been tracking some raindrops this morning. Once these raindrops move out of the area by about 8 or 9 o'clock, we will then see cloud cover for the rest of today. Look for your high temperatures topping out right around 72 degrees. There's one incident that we are watching up near the airport. This is on Highway 51 at County Road CV. Not creating any major delays just yet, but of course we're going to watch it.
Yeah, keeping an eye on that crash. That's at Stoughton Road and Anderson, left lane blocked there. Stay with us. More coverage also of the Union Terrace chairs being put away in half an hour.